Yeah, all right, guys, so we have arrived at Letchworth today at our workshop, which is behind me. So we're going to head in, check in with the guys, see what's going on. I believe that the new 2 displays have gone in downstairs in the new showroom in Letchworth, and one of them is a hand-painted display, so I think we've got the decorators here doing that at the moment. But let's head in and see where we get to. Right, come in. So as you can see, we've got this new display being worked on by our A-team. Hand finishers. So it's a front frame display which suits the local market. I think that it leans that way, a bit more traditional. So it's a front frame kitchen, hand painted, butt hinged. You've got this mantle detail. We'll go through it in detail in one of the later videos, but you can see this is what's involved when you hand paint a kitchen. All the panels will come off, and yeah, most of it's covered, so we're not giving away too much, hopefully, but you get a sneak peek. But I believe that the new display through here is basically finished now. So we'll have a look. Looks very fresh in here compared to what it used to look like. You should see the before and after. So this is nearly done. It's looking really smart. Stone's just gone in, and yeah, I'm really happy with that. Got really nice high ceilings in here, so I think the proportions of this space work really well, really well. You can see we've got some timber battening going on that staggered splashback. That's just to let the glue set, basically. It's a big bit of stone, it's pretty heavy. Alright, we'll head upstairs and let's check in with the other guys. So welcome to the last place in the company where I've actually got some space, and even my desk has been taken, but Joel's away at the moment, so I'm gonna perch myself here for today while he's away. So this is our office, mine and Joel. Joel's the operations director. So before we had the showrooms, this is where we were based, and this was for my dad, this desk. He had his own little area. He loves to put papers stacked everywhere, so we made him a little side bit off the desk so he had places to put his papers. And then through here, I mean, it's a state in there, but the original plan was, we thought, have a sofa and a TV in there, but we've never once even gone in there. So yeah, the work is the work, and that is this thing that I had framed. This is a very amateur framing, but it's a quote from the Andy Grove book, who was the former CEO of Intel. My day always ends when I'm tired and ready to go home, not when I'm done. I'm never done. There's always more to be done, more that should be done, always more that can be done. And the first few years of the company, it's literally, that was our life. Waking up at 5, going to work, working till late at night, every single day. There was always more to be done. It was never done. So it was just a nice reminder of what to keep our eye on, basically. Eyes on the prize. You see, I'll show you this as part of the office tour. This is a photo from Joel's stag do, and we've got it framed, "You and your first love." That's from his wife, because Joel and I have known each other our entire lives. So it's pretty cool being able to work with your parents and your best mate. I think that's a bit of a privilege, as well as obviously everyone else in the company who's great. So yeah, Martin, who runs the factory, looks like he's been up here. We'll catch up with him a bit later, and I'm going to pop next door to check in with the technical team, see what's going on, probably sit down in a bit, go through some jobs, look at the paperwork. You can get a sort of in-depth view of what goes on behind the scenes. Once your job's signed off, it goes to the technical boys, and they check every nut, bolt and screw, make sure it's all working. They build it in our program, Cabinet Vision, and that then gets sent down to the factory. So this is like the hub of where it all happens after the kitchen is agreed, basically. Hello.
How you doing?
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
This is Ricky. You weren't expecting that, were you?
No, I weren't.
Yeah. Well, you didn't do your makeup today?
No.
So Ricky keeps the whole business moving forward. He's our operational expert and systems pro. We're working on a title. He's the guy. Are there none of the technical boys in today?
None.
Well, that puts a spanner in the works, but let's show you the office anyway. So this is the technical guy's office. So we've got 2 technical designers, and then Harry, who's our design coordinator. He sits sort of between the designers and the back end to interpret all the drawings and make sure that all of the paperwork's ready to go to these guys. And we've just rebuilt this office for them because they worked from home the whole of the pandemic, and we thought we'd give them a treat with a nice new office. I mean, I'm extremely jealous of the space they've got. I mean, I don't have this space anywhere. It's pretty cool. Whiteboards, which, because they think we work at a tech company for some reason. You feel like you're working on Facebook with all those whiteboards. And then we've got obviously the TV at the back. So they actually have this on, and then when they're having conversation, they just cast to the TV with all the different units, and then they drill down into it. And then one of our project managers, Tom, who's based from here, he sits in with these guys so that he can keep them updated on any jobs that are about to be fitted or going through the factory, and make sure that on the paperwork side everything is nice and done and complete. Oh, hello.
Hiya.
Hello. This is Tom, the project manager I was just telling you about.
Hi.
Tom is one half of Tom and Claire, the infamous Tom and Claire, who joined us at the end of last year from Greenheart Furniture, and they are both superstars, and came in for a conversation and said, can you come work for us like right now, because we love them. Yeah, ignore them, this is all for the YouTube channel.
Okay.
So we'll head over and catch up with Claire, who's our senior sales designer, showroom manager for Letchworth. So interestingly, when we originally moved into this factory from the last one, it's about 3 times the size. In the last factory, you had to walk through the workshop floor to get to the office and the showroom above. And people loved walking in and seeing the machinery and hearing the noises and seeing the guys work on the finished product. And I think it gives people a bit more confidence when they come in and they see that. So while the offices are now on the back side of this whole workshop, we wanted to put this viewing window in, so we actually put this in so that when people come through to the meeting rooms, they can see and hear everything going on in the workshop downstairs. So we're going to be posting some more workshop content. We've got some nice things coming up, but yeah, I think it's just nice to have a little viewing window. Georgie. Hello. Don't be alarmed. I've got a film crew with me. It's just, we're going to have to get used to it.
Oh,
how are we? You alright?
Yes, I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you getting on without Kaya? Kaya, who usually sits here, by the way, who is on holiday. So Claire is fending for herself.
Yeah. I'm alright, I'm coping. It's fine. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Busy, but it's fine. Hers. Have you seen her job? Hers is a big job.
Let me see.
Hers is quite big. 3 rooms. Bifold doors.
So they've got these plans from what? This is an M&E plan from someone else?
They just sent me that.
They just sent you this, so they've gone somewhere else?
They've obviously gone somewhere else.
Wow.
Bifold doors.
Wow, that is a
the sink.
big one. Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of international inquiries. Like, the TikTok's just been going mental.
Is it?
I think in the last week I've had 20 international inquiries. Jamaica, India, about 5 states in the US, Portugal, Amsterdam. It's mental. And then I was mentioning it to Keith in the showroom, and he was like, oh yeah, by the way, if you do a job in the Caribbean or somewhere with a tropical climate, he was like, you've got to be really careful about the moisture in the air, because the doors can absorb it and the doors can blow. The sinks might rust. I was like, okay, sounds like a lot of aggravation. I think might stick to the UK for now.
The UK for now, so that's fine.
You're telling me you don't want a flight to British Virgin Islands where we've got an inquiry?
I'd love to.
Okay, you're open to it. That's the main thing. Okay, fine. Okay, good. All right, I'll pop back in a bit.
Yeah, thanks, John.
All right. So I think we'll head back to the office now, and then we will see what we've got on today. And then we'll pop downstairs, check in with the factory, check in with Martin, who's our production manager, see how it's all going down there while Joel's away, and yeah, we'll go from there. Just process a few wages for the people that are on weekly payroll, which is not the most exciting thing. We'll quickly do that, and then I've got a few client calls to make for leads that came in from this morning. But now we're going to head down to the factory. I'm going to catch up with the guys downstairs in Joel's absence, see what's going on, and see if there's any questions that crop up. How are we doing? Back, you alright? Yeah, alright. How are we doing, Voitie? You alright? Yeah. Good to see. Yeah, good to see you. That's interesting. Don't see that every day. Got some shelves being made, some shelf supports. It's quite nice. So they'll be painted, I believe, for an open shelving unit. Quite like that. we've got some raw MDF ones, presumably. So maybe these are painted and these are veneered. That's what happens when Joel's not in, I don't know. Is what's going through at the moment? Which job? Which are the next one to be assembled?
Picasso for Ascot.
Ascot, lovely. Okay, so we've got the showroom display being made now. So we've got two of the displays being fitted today, starting this week, and then this is the next one to go out, I think, early next week. Lovely grey oak colour, really nice. And you can see a lot of work in progress, a lot of half-done units. Some nice white shaker doors, very fresh. Love that smell of paint. We've got an absolute monster being made here. So you can see this is a raised and fielded door, but free beading. So that beading will sit in there. That'll be pinned in, filled, and then go through the spray shop as all the other panels do. So this is why, when we're talking to clients or potential clients, talk about why a traditional kitchen costs a lot more than a modern kitchen. You can see hand labour that goes into it. These frames are put on the spindle to be moulded. They're assembled by hand. All the gaps are filled by hand, sanded by hand. There's a lot of extra process that goes into that. Darren behind me has been with us for a long time, 20 plus years. So yeah, experience. Lots going on. Hello Brian, you alright mate?
Thank you, how are you?
Not too bad, haven't seen you in a while.
No sir.
How you feeling, you alright?
Very good, and yourself looking
Yeah,
very
not bad.
prosperous.
Oh, you know, got someone following me with a camera, I got dressed for the occasion. See, before Brian, and even before that, the storeroom, which is where we keep all our fixtures and fittings and all things like that, cams, dowels, hinges, it was a free-for-all. And then Brian's come, and now we've got an orderly system with everything labelled and barcoded and whatever else, and a computer system. So yeah, game changing, makes life a lot easier. Yeah, we've got all of the guys' little cubby holes, and their names, jackets and boots and stuff, so they come in the morning and they get changed there. And then this is like the break room, which is darts and pull. Give me one chance to hit a bullseye, don't back myself. Oh wow, missed the board. That's not bad, not 180. All right, let's head back to Mill Hill and catch up with the design guys and see what's going down there. All right. So yeah, Letchworth where the factory is a really nice area, and we've been here now for just under 5 years. So we were in Hitchin before, which is probably 10 minutes down the road, and before that in Stamford Hill in the east end of London, and then we were just, my parents basically had to leave that factory, and obviously factory prices at that point in London were mental, so they just took a trip down the A1, drove, came across Hitchin. It was quite close to where a lot of the factory guys were based, and so we were in Hitchin for 10 years, and we've been in Letchworth for 5, but that factory now, it's 15,000 square foot, but we're probably, within the next 3 years, we're going to have to move to a bigger factory. So, you know, with the plans that we've got to be turning out 150, 200 kitchens a year, we're going to need to be in a bigger premises, bigger machinery, more staff. So I think we're going to have to look elsewhere, but because everyone that works with us is settled now in that area, can't go too far. Obviously we've got to be careful. So there are some surrounding areas, Baldock, Royston, there's some places like more industrial areas around there where you can get decent sized factories in the 20 to 30,000 square foot range for good price. So that's probably where we'll be looking for next. Alright guys, so we're back in Mill Hill now. We've got a few meetings, a few calls to make, a few costings to do, so we'll get into it and yeah, let's see. Right guys, so we're wrapping up for the day, just finished up a meeting. It's been a busy day. I hope you've enjoyed everything that you've seen. If there's anything else you want to see, let us know in the comments. We're here to provide as much value as possible. Hope you've enjoyed. Thanks.